रामकृष्णाय ॐ नमो भगवते 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 रामकृष्णाय ॐ नमो भगवती शारदा देवीये 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 ॐ नमो भगवते रामकृष्णाय 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 ॐ नमो भगवती शारदा देवीये 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 ॐ नमो भगवते रामकृष्णाय ॐ नमो भगवती शारदा देवीये ॐ श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय।
एकदन्त महाकाय लम्बोदर गजाननं विघ्ननाशिकरं देवम् प्रणमाम्यहम्।
Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Amba Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Amba Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Bhava Bhayahara Gauri Manohar, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Daya Sagari, Hey Jagadamba Daya Sagari, Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Amba Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Amba Mata Bhavani Karuna Gari, Hey Jagannatha Shiva Shankara, Om Shri Ram Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai.
I bow down to Vivekananda, the ever pure one, who is the teacher supreme, the protector of the universe, and the foremost amongst the monks who incarnated on earth for the redemption of humankind. Om Namo Narayanaya, revered Mataji, respected elders and loving sisters and brothers. Courage is a quality that most people strive to achieve. Swami Vivekananda invariably comes to one's mind when thinking of courage. The mere look of Swamiji in his signature pose, arms folded and piercing glance, can give anyone courage. However, courage seems to be faltering nowadays. People have suffered much from the COVID pandemic, the looting in July last year, and the terrible floods in recent months. There is a concern about what could come next. Is it that long-awaited rainbow, or yet another storm? Sometimes it may be that people need to know what courage is to feel it. People have lost faith in themselves and the world in which we live. Perhaps there are many who do not realize how courageous they actually are. What follows is a mere glimpse at the different forms of courage that people may relate to in some way. Most people perceive physical courage as the supreme quality of courage. One just has to think of the soldiers fighting on a battlefield, the police who take action against violent mobs, or that lone hero who runs into a building on fire to save someone trapped inside. Physical courage is a virtuous quality when used for proper purposes. In Swamiji's life, there was an incident when he demonstrated such physical bravery. One day, he was walking with an English man and woman across some fields when a mad bull came rushing towards them. The Englishman ran away and safely reached the other side of the hill, while the woman tripped and could not get up. Swamiji, without hesitation, took his position in front of the bull and folded his arms. The bull stopped a few paces away from him and the woman, raised its head, and retreated sullenly. This incident shows us that we should not run away foolishly, nor meekly yield to a situation in times of danger. Sometimes we have to take risks and be bold in moments of life or death. Physical courage is the foundation stone of building courage or bravery. It signifies going forward despite the possible danger to one's life. However, mere physical courage alone is not enough. Courage is multifaceted and consists of many other qualities such as morality, psychological strength, perseverance, and integrity. Moral courage is standing up for what is right despite immense opposition from others, even family or friends. It requires a great deal of conviction and faith in one's beliefs and ideologies. Moral courage is the firm resolution of virtue and reason. In the classic story of Harry Potter, there was a character named Neville. In Philosopher's Stone, the first book of the series, Neville doubted himself in many ways. Throughout the story, he believed he was not brave enough and was often told so by others. However, at the end of the book, when Neville finds the main characters trying to sneak out of their dormitory to confront the villain, we see a transformed, lion-hearted Neville. He told them he would not let them do it because he feared their actions would have consequences for themselves and others. Though the main characters ended up leaving and the villain was subdued, Neville's actions were not unnoticed, especially by the headmaster of the school. In speaking of the various kinds of courage, the headmaster proudly remarked, "It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends." These words are very authentic. Most people will not stand up against their family or friends, even if they are wrong. However, standing up for what is right is so much more important than the fear we have of losing people who disagree with us. As put by many writers and philosophers, stand up for what is right, even if you stand alone. Psychological courage involves getting rid of one's behavioral pattern, bad habits, worries, and sufferings, and making the best of the present. It means fighting against one's mind and its limitations or obsessions. The mind can cause or cure our sufferings. Hence, the underlying principle in psychological courage is changing the direction of the mind or the thought process of the mind. There is an interesting parable which demonstrates the ideals of psychological courage. Once, a farmer's old donkey fell into an abandoned well. Initially, the farmer made some half-hearted attempts to save it. However, he found the task too challenging. He thought it was not worth trying to save the old donkey. He decided to cover the well so others would not fall into it. The farmer invited all his neighbors to help him. They began to shovel mud into the well. The donkey realized what was happening and began to bray helplessly. After a while, the brave donkey realized that braying was not actually helping. Amazingly, the donkey decided it would take advantage of the situation to save itself. When each shovel of mud hit its back, the donkey shook it off and stepped on it. As the farmer and his neighbors continued to pour mud on the donkey, it went on shaking the mud off and taking a step up. Finally, everyone gaped at the donkey as it walked out of the well majestically. This story clearly demonstrates how to face difficult situations by using psychological courage. Life will throw several challenges at us, like the mud thrown at the donkey. If we take these challenges as stepping stones, we become wiser and successful. Such people become an inspiration to humanity. Perseverance is another excellent quality of courage. It allows us to surmount all difficulties with patience. Perseverance is the ability or courage to continue along one's path despite all the obstacles one might face. It combines virtues like hard work, endurance, patience, commitment, calmly bearing difficulties, and repeatedly trying despite failures. A saying states that a gardener may water the plants with 100 buckets, but that fruit will only arrive in its season. This saying helps us to reflect on our attitudes of haste in our day-to-day lives. We often get frustrated when things do not work out immediately. We forget that the fruit of our actions will materialize at the right time or in the right season. It is still necessary to nurture the trees for the fruit to grow, but we should not be despondent if we do not see it at first. We should always try our best while having the patience for the results to manifest at their own appropriate time. As Swamiji once said, things do not grow better. They remain as they are. It is we who grow better by the changes we make in ourselves. Closely linked to perseverance is integrity, which is a powerful quality of courage. Truthfulness and honesty are the two significant elements of integrity. Everybody believes in a person with integrity. Once, a king wanted to find someone to take over his kingdom. This person, he decided, had to have the highest integrity to occupy the throne so that his subjects would benefit. He gathered the kingdom's young people and declared, "I have decided to choose one of you as my successor. I am giving all of you one special seed. Please take this seed to your homes, plant it, water it, and come back with whatever you find after 1 year from now. The successor to the throne will be judged based on what is brought." One of those youngsters went home with the seed very enthusiastically. He shared the task given by the king with his mother, who helped him get a pot with mud to plant the seed. The young man carefully watered the plant daily and anxiously watched for any sign of growth. Within a few weeks, the young man's friends began to talk about the growth from their plants. This made the young man very despondent, for he believed he had failed in this task. Nevertheless, he continued his efforts and waited patiently for the seed to grow. Unfortunately, the year came to an end, and the youngsters were to return to the palace for inspection and judgment by the king. The young man's mother encouraged him to go despite him having not grown anything. When he arrived at the palace, he saw the variety of plants and trees and flowers the others had grown. The king inspected all of these, but it was only when he learned that the young man had brought an empty pot that he truly became interested. The king announced to the crowd that this young man would be the new king. Everyone was confused. The king clarified by saying, "A year ago, I gave each of you a seed. That seed was boiled and should not have grown into anything, let alone trees, plants, or flowers. What I wanted was for that seed to be brought back to me. None, except this man here, has honestly completed this task. Therefore, he is the only one who is worthy to be the king." Integrity, we see, is the ability to be truthful always. Courage cannot be bought, nor can it be received from anyone. Others can only inspire people to feel and be courageous. There will be moments when we may feel down, and there will definitely be times when we feel that no form of courage is left within us. In those moments, we must remember God and His words brought to us through His messengers like Swami Vivekananda. All power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Stand up and express the divinity within you. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Raghupate Hridaye Asmadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhaktim Tayacha Raghupungava Nidharame Kamadidoshaраhitam Gurumanasam Cha Om Shri Sita Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugna Hanuman Sameta Shri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namah Shuddha Brahma Parat Pararam Kalatmaka Parameshwara Ram Shuddha Brahma Parat Pararam Kalatmaka Parameshwara Ram Sheshakalpa Sukha Nidritara पुस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् श्रीसियावर रामचन्द्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय.
Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters and brothers. Our scriptures and saints advise that to repeat the Lord's name and to worship Him, no special time and place are necessary. In whatever condition one may be, one can repeat His name. We have infinite names of God and infinite hymns that glorify Him. It is very comforting and soothing to listen to these chantings. They fill us with divine energy and empower us to face our life's challenges. God is very pleased with whatever name or form we wish to address Him. Sri Ramakrishna says, "Come to God in any way you wish, only come." Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरि ओम तत्सत्. जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. महामाई की जय. स्वामी जी महाराज की जय. गंगा मात की जय. महावीर स्वामी जी की जय. सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की जय. पार्वती पतये हर हर मा